and welcome to my channel, Dani Grace Daily. Today I am going to be making a wreath for my front door. I love wreath making. I know it's like kind of a weird thing. It's just one of those like quirky little creative things that I like to do. And I want to make a September wreath, a back to school themed wreath to go with the apple decor theme that I have going on for fall. So I went to the craft store and just picked up a bunch of things, a bunch of items that I'm going to show you here in a second that I'm hoping will make a good wreath. That's kind of how I do it. I just kind of like trust the process with these things. I go to the store, I see what catches my eye. I usually have a theme in mind. Sometimes I do a little browsing on Pinterest to get ideas, but all I knew this time was that I wanted to do a back to school theme with apples, because if you've seen my previous videos, I did 2 videos with an apple decor haul and full-on decorating my house with apples for fall this year because I wasn't quite ready for pumpkins yet. And we're homeschooling this year, so I also wanted to make this like school themed wreath just to make things a little bit more special around here for the kids. I like making my own wreaths because they're a lot less expensive than buying them in a store, whether it's like Home Goods or Marshall's or TJ Maxx or like an actual craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They're always a lot more money there. I'm sure you've seen it if you've ever purchased a wreath for your home. It's hard to find them on sale too because the sale ones are usually like the last ones left that are like ragged looking. So it's nice if you can create your own, and that way if it ever gets damaged you can just like fix it up really quickly and easily. So let me show you what I got for this wreath. Here's the thing. I actually bought all of this a while ago, like 2 months ago probably. I cannot find my hot glue gun. We moved into this house a year ago and I cannot find my hot glue gun anywhere. And the worst thing is I think I actually have 2 hot glue guns in separate places because I couldn't find it the last time I was doing a craft project. So I was waiting to film this to be able to find my hot glue gun. Still can't find the darn thing, but it's like already mid-September and I'm like, no, I need to just get this done. I'm gonna be using some clear fishing line, or they're calling it nylon string. I've had this for years. It's probably not even gonna pick up on camera because it's so, yeah, no, you can't even see that. But you can't see it, which is the whole point, right? So I'm gonna try and make this wreath using this fishing line or nylon string, apparently is the craft term for it. So let's get going, and I can't wait to show you how this comes together and how it turns out at the end. To get started, you'll need a wreath, some greenery or garland, some decorative ribbon, and then some decorative elements that go with the theme that you're creating for your wreath. I also have some paint pens because I'm going to be personalizing part of this. Okay, so let's take a closer look at some of these items that I purchased. So the base of your project is always the wreath itself. There are all kinds of beautiful ones at craft stores. I ordered this online from Hobby Lobby. I did not know exactly what to expect, but I love it. I don't have any wreaths like this. It's very well made. It's nice and sturdy, and it's just beautiful. It's got beautiful texture, and it wasn't damaged at all in shipping, which is always something that we have to worry about. And I'm just very pleased with the wreath itself. So this is a 16-inch wreath. It was $13.99, but everything is always on sale at Hobby Lobby. So I am more than certain I got this on sale. The next base piece that you should have when you're making a wreath is some type of greenery. So I'm not totally sure how I'll be using this yet, but I bought this beautiful eucalyptus leaf garland, also from Hobby Lobby on the website. It's so pretty. I love that the leaves are kind of like almost like a grayish color. They look very real, which I don't even mind if they look real or not, but they're just very pretty. I love the color. It's somewhat muted, so it won't take away from the main elements, which I purchased for the theme of the wreath. So whether you're making a school wreath or a seasonal wreath or a holiday wreath or whatever, you want to get something fun and festive to put on it. So I found these at Michael's in person. I had to go into the store for these, but I knew that I wanted these to be the focus of the wreath. These are back to school little wooden pieces, 77 cents for this little pencil, and it looks like they're all 77 cents. So super inexpensive. Oh, 79 cents Big deal, right? 67 cents. So, okay, so those are also on sale a lot at the craft stores. I found those in the wood section of Michael's. I got 3 pencils because I'm going to write each of my children's names on this wreath since it's for our front door, and an art palette because we'll be doing a lot of arts and crafts this year. We'll be exploring our world, so I got the globe, and we'll be saying our Pledge of Allegiance, and we are a very patriotic family. My husband was in the Marine Corps for over 10 years, so we love all things American flag. And then, of course, apples. Now, I was going to do a lot more apples. I ended up using them in my decor, so if I want to grab a few more, I can just grab them off one of my shelves, but I think I might just keep it to 3 apples, again, because I have 3 children. And I think that's like plenty between the pencils, the palette, and the apples to be enough of like a back to school theme. I also got this cool tape measure. It's just a measuring tape, but it looks like a ruler, so I might intertwine this and wrap it around with some of these ribbons that I picked up to make a big bow of some sort. I got this pretty blue satin type of ribbon right here. And then I got this black and white gingham check with these cute little pom-poms along the side. And I also got this black and white striped ribbon. I may not actually use that for this project after looking at it with everything else, but I will probably save that for Halloween because I'll be making a Halloween wreath as well. And then I got some paint pens to write my children's names over on those pencils. So I got these Sharpie paint pens. I actually already used them for a project in my kitchen. And then I've got nylon string, like I mentioned, because I cannot find my glue gun anywhere. Normally I would use a glue gun. This is going to be interesting, but other than that, the only other materials that I have are a pair of scissors, of course, and this is from my days in art school. It's I took a bookbinding class, so I've just got these like ginormous needles in case I need to thread that fishing wire around or through any of these items. So let's get to it. First thing I'm doing is personalizing these little wood pencils because I'm using a paint pen and I want them to have time to dry before I put them on the wreath. Then I'm taking that green garland, the eucalyptus garland, and I'm trying to arrange it in a way that looks interesting and pretty. This ended up being harder than I thought, so I started off by pulling off the leaves and kind of sticking them into the wreath itself, but the further along I got with this, as you'll see, I just did not like the way this was looking. So I ended up taking those off and then fastening the remainder of the garland with that clear nylon string. When I was satisfied with that, I took the ribbons and I just eyeballed the length. I wanted enough to create 2 pretty bow loops and then a long tail. So I took 3 different types of ribbon that I purchased. I layered them together, I tied them in a knot, and then I tied that knot into a bow so that there were 3 pieces of the ribbon on each side of the loop and the tail. Then I took the nylon string and I just wrapped it around and fastened it to the wreath that way. Then I went ahead and cut the ends to make them look a little bit neater. I like to cut ribbon at an angle like that so that it just looks prettier. Now I am fastening the wood pencils and the apples in the same manner. I actually took a needle from that little kit that I had and put it right through those apples to help them stay on better. And then for the pencils, I had just wrapped it around the pencils themselves. It kind of wove in between the wicker of that wreath, so everything stayed pretty tight. I ended up not using the globe. It ended up just being too much with all of the other elements that I had on there. That just happens sometimes when I'm making a wreath. I always would rather have more than not have enough. And this is the final result. By the time I finished filming this, after breaking for bedtime routine and to nurse my daughter, it was dark outside, but I just wanted to get it up on my door. I was so excited about it and I wanted to see how it looked. I love the contrast of the different colors of this wreath against my white door. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, please leave me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below so I know that this is something that you might like to see more of in the future. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting a lot of videos about seasonal decor and different hauls and decorating my home, motherhood, lifestyle, homeschool, all different things. And I will include some arts and crafts if this is something that you also enjoy. Have a great week. Bye.